WFUZ-TV, Coastal Alabama, Northwest Florida. The People's Voice.
Good afternoon. Welcome to WFUZ-TV. I'm Blair Castro, and this is Thomas Jenkins. We're here with Jaytilya Watkins. She's an Alabama-based creative who is an artist, an author. She is a woman of many hats. She's working on a reality show right now. She makes documentaries. She does everything. She's an incredibly creative person who I've had the pleasure to work with over the past year or so. And we brought her here today all the way from Frisco City in Monroe County to talk about some of the projects she's working on. Jaytilya, thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to work with both of you.
And I'm going to start off by asking about your upcoming book signing. So one of your books, you can talk a little bit about your history as an author and your most recent book that was made into a film, which I know everyone's really excited about. And all of these books and films and work that she has is up on her website, which I will link to, and you're welcome to go check out. But that book in particular, there's a book signing coming up at Page and Palette. And if you want to talk a little bit about that and the film it was made into, that'd be awesome.
The book was published in 2014, but I had published two books in 2014. One of them was named The Misunderstood African American Female. I published that one in June, and then I turned around and got all excited and happy and published, wrote this one, Devotion, and published that one in December. So I really didn't have time to advertise and promote it because I was new to it. I was new to how things work. In self-publishing, you got to pay for everything. So I had already paid for the books and the books and everything to get published. So I was just slowly working. And then plus I didn't have the job at the time to do what I wanted to do. So that's why I'm coming back now and trying to play catch up, because back then I was new and I was still catching on to stuff. And it took me a while. I had to get another job and stuff. And then I turned it into a movie. And so I feel when I was trying to promote the movie, that didn't work out. So I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe I need to go back and promote the book and have book fans on the book. And once people read the book, they'll want to watch the movie.
What was the process like when you were first approached to, or how did you think of, hey, I have this book, Devotion, and now it might adapt into a screenplay or a film? Did someone approach you, or did you kind of approach like a screenplay person? And how did that come to reality?
There's this woman named Stephanie Green. Okay, I looked her up on Facebook, and I saw her work and how she was doing movies and stuff like that. And then I was like, I always knew I was turning into movies when I write. So I know that was the plan to turn it into a movie, because a lot of people don't like to read. Right? A lot of people like to watch stuff. So my plan all along was trying to turn it into a movie. I just needed somebody that was into it to help me, and not somebody that's trying to overcharge me because I didn't have the money like that. And so I checked out Stephanie and her work, and I got in contact with her, and I told her, I'm going to work with you one day. One day, I'm going to work with you. But I had plans on turning my third book, the one I published in 2018, Things in the War Zone. I had plans on turning that one into a book first, but I already had the screenplay for Devotion because I had found somebody that works in screenplaying, that writes screenplays, and I found her on the site, and she was okay with me paying her, some money here, money there to turn Devotion into a screenplay. So by the time I met Stephanie, I was like, I might as well go ahead and turn this into a movie first, and I already got screenplay to it. I have plans on turning the one that I published in 2018, Queens of the War Zone, into a movie too. It just that I had screenplay to Devotion first.
When that began the process of actually filming, first of all, where can people view that now, and how long did it take to film? How closely did you work with them on the casting and make sure it was all like to your vision that you had in the book?
Oh, we worked closely together. Every decision she made, she let me in on it. Like from the characters and stuff, she sent me pictures for the actors who were gonna be acting in the movie, and I gave the okay. And yeah, we worked together on everything on it. I don't know now, and during the filming, I wasn't able to be there when they first started, but I was able to be there like in the middle of the end part because I know I wanted to do the film behind the scenes, and she didn't have anybody to film the behind the scenes. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So me and my husband, we went down there and we filmed the behind the scenes. We met the people who was playing the movies, and at the end of the movie, I took all of them out and was thanking them. Of course, I paid them, for acting in the movie. But yeah, I took them all out. Most of them once we get there.
How long did that take to film?
How long it took? Well, see, I had to work, so I had to put in vacation for 1 week. And then plus that's how the only job she do. She's a school teacher. So we had to like do it 1 week, then come back the next month and film the next one.
So it was a several week long process, and then after that, that's just the filming. You have the promotion, there's a lot of pieces moving there to get something.
Yes, it is. It was a whole lot of work. My hat goes out to movie producers and directors and stuff. Because they have a hard job. For real. And
What locations were you filming in?
South Carolina.
What part?
Charleston.
Okay. And did you go around to different parts of the city filming different scenes?
Yes. She went around different parts and, yep.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about the plot of your devotion book, which they turned into the movie?
Well, I'm trying to bring awareness in the book. As a woman, if you're a young woman and you're going off to college, you got to be very careful of who you trust and who you befriend. That was the whole thing of the movie, because some women you can't trust and some men you can't trust. The whole plot twist was about, like, Harem meeting and befriending the wrong guy that was in her class. And what she didn't know is he had a dark past. She didn't know that because he was good at hiding it. So she befriended him, not knowing that he had some disorders going on. What do you want to call them? Mental disorders or whatever. But he had some disorders and had a lot of stuff going on in his life that she didn't know about. And he was plotting behind her back. Because he had a thing for her and she didn't know about it.
So, with that being said, the promotion for that book, tell people where they can come get a copy and learn more about it coming up. Your event.
Oh, my book's on Amazon. It's on Amazon, Books of Me, and all the major online out. You can get the books on Amazon, all the major online outlets. Then plus I'll be having some I can sell to you too. And then I'm gonna have some at the event with me. You can get them there too.
And this is at what day and time is this at Page of Palette?
It's gonna be on August the 9th, 2020. Yep.
At what time?
It's gonna be from 1 to 3.
Okay, and we can share a graphic or flyer of that for you. It is in Fairhope, so it's here in Baldwin County. But these books are available nationwide everywhere, and they're also on our website, which I'll drop the link to, JaytilyaMWatkins.com.
Yes.
So outside of this devotion book movie experience, you are also working on a reality show right now.
Yes, it's called Love, Art, and Writing. It's going to be about people like me who are trying, but still failing, but steady trying. It's going to be about regular people like me who are out here creating and still, not getting to where they want to be, but they still trying because it's about the love of what you're doing. And I love what I'm doing. I'm actually just starting to get out of my comfort zone because this is not knowing what I do. The real me, I'm a loner, right? I'm trying to learn how to be a people's person and put myself out there and everything like that. And that's another reason. That's the main thing of what took me so long, because I'm a loner. and I don't just go out there like that. So now I'm trying to put myself out there like that.
What would you say is your main source of inspiration for your art? Like, where does the muse come from?
What, were you talking about, the art or the book?
Like your all-encompassing artistic, creative side. What do you attribute that to?
When it comes to my books, you know, I've always wanted to be, I want to be a woman's author. I want to, you know, I want women to take my books and learn from the mistakes of my characters and do that and be better. Now, when it comes to my art, I illustrate and I paint. I've always been an artist since I was 4 years old. From, you know, I used to draw. I remember when I first started off at 4 years old, I used to draw circles and lines. I've always been an artistic person, but sometimes I would run from it because I was trying to chase another dream other than sticking with the dream. I mean, sticking with the talent that God gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to the art, the physical, and, you know, illustrating and painting, it's just life. And yeah, like this, you say life.
So your paintings that you make, and they are also on the website, and illustrations, do you have those for sale or at a gallery or anything like that?
Some of them are for sale at Black Belt Treasures. Some of them. And that's in Camden, Alabama.
Okay. I know sometimes you go to like farmers markets, or you were just at one event, I think, where you had like a booth and stuff. I didn't know if you had all that.
Well, you know, that was my first time trying that. You know, I'll try it again, but yeah, that's my first time trying it. Whenever I do something and where I live at, it don't work out right, I'm better off going out than meeting people outside of the town I live in.
It's funny how that is accurate with everybody. So you have your illustrations and painting, your physical art, and then you have your writing, which is an art of itself, and then you have your filmmaking. When we first met, you were working on the COVID-19 documentary that you made from Monroeville. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but that is available online to purchase and watch as well. And it's a whole full-length documentary where she did a lot of research into the history of Monroe County and how the pandemic affected it and how it basically made it a ghost town at certain parts.
Yeah, at certain part when it first started out, it was a ghost town.
Do you want to talk
it was
about
on
that?
Vimeo. It's on Vimeo. The part 1 is on demo. Part 2 was on my website, but I'm no longer on that website anymore, so I'm gonna have to upload that and put that somewhere else. But yes, I have it's called Monroe County. Just like I said, the first one is on Vimeo, but the second one, I'm still looking for a place to put it. It's part 2, yo. It's kind of like the aftermath, because we were having a lot of things happen before the pandemic. Like, for instance, it was stuff closing down and stuff like that. So yeah, we've been having a lot of stuff going on. We don't even have Winn-Dixie no more.
Yeah. Or 24-hour Walmart. That's the one that bothers me the most.
We got a Walmart, but it ain't 24 hours.
Right, yeah. How do you get that 24 hours back?
I ain't never really been a 24 hours. They always closed down. Like, the one, but out of town and stuff, I would go and they would have a 24 hours, but it wasn't never like that in our town anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And what got you interested in diving into the town history like that and learning about that particular county?
I just wanted to, I don't know, just explore and let people know the history of the town I live in. That's it. And before and after COVID, because this had never happened before. You know, we never had stuff closed down and people being in the house like that. People usually out where we live at. But then when C-19 came, it changed a lot of stuff. And you no longer go out. It's recovering now because you see people out. But at that time, it was like a ghost town. Wasn't nobody out. Like, and yeah, it's this.
I think a lot of people don't even look into the history of their own towns, especially if they're a smaller town here in Alabama. which I started doing that as well. But I saw the part of the documentary you went to like the museums and you talked to people with like old newspaper articles and the curators of stuff. And that's really important because a lot of people don't even know that stuff exists, nor do they reach out and have a conversation with them and try to learn about it.
They don't care, really. They don't care about these small towns. These small towns have a lot of history. A lot of history. They mostly care about the cities. What's going on there. But it starts in a small town because a lot of the people who live in cities, they started off at a small town. And then they'll go live in the city and just forget about where they come from. You have to remember where you come from in order to know where you're going.
It's true.
Yep.
I think they also filmed To Kill a Mockingbird there, didn't they?
Yep. They have plays on Saturdays sometimes. I forget the dates. I'm never off work when they do it. My husband and his mom go. I'm never where they're off to go. Yep, they be having plays in the it be in the museum. Yeah. I want to do a documentary on what it's like to be an outcast, a black sheep. I want to do a documentary on that.
I remember you did a coffee addict documentary thing too.
My husband wanted to do that. That was him. Because he had a coffee addiction. And he said, I want to do a documentary. I want to do a documentary on my coffee addict. And I'm like, okay, we can do it. I was excited. I was like, man, I'll go find some people to be in there with the same coffee habit. Let's do it. So I was happy to do it.
We also have coffee addiction here.
So you enjoy just being in the filmmaking and documentary making process itself, in addition to the writing. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, I can relate to that. I have all the studios set up here, and I play 4 to 7 different instruments depending on how I'm feeling that day. And I just, like you, I like to create and get into things, use my hands to do things.
Yeah, and that's a lot. Like that's a lost art. People don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's easier to just watch a screen.
Yeah.
Let life pass by instead of putting it down and trying to do something yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need a team. Hopefully I can get a team.
Yeah, it's hard trying to put so much together by yourself. Again, like I just started doing chocolate on a whim a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I've done a bunch of stuff in the kitchen. Why not candy? So started that. And you get a bunch of irons in the fire, and soon you're burnt out on one thing and chasing another thing and another thing and another thing.
Yeah. You said chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you learned how to make chocolate?
Yeah, like I learned how to assemble a candy bar. Yeah, so tempering the chocolate and so it'll melt to the right temperature and solidify, and you can put stuff inside it like a Snickers bar.
All day.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's
Get me to make a cookbook.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing that you like to create, at least right now? Is it the films or the paintings? What is your thing right now you think is the most inspirational for this moment?
Right now, I'm excited about the reality show. I'm interested in trying to find people to be in it, because I don't want it to be just about me. I'm just using me right now because I don't have nobody else. I'm using me to show. I'm gonna film the book signing. I want to have book signing film. Because the show, even if somebody show up or nobody show up, I want to film it. I want to give people who are like me, who's scared to get out there, I want to get them courage to get out there. You can get out there at any age. I want to get out there. I want to encourage people to do that. Yep. And hopefully I can get people to be a part of it, want to be in it. Because it ain't just about my story, it's about their story too.
Do you think it's going to be like one episode per different person, kind of switch it up? Or start with a couple episodes about you, and then as you get more people, you probably have, this is what I'm thinking for your explanation. Yeah. If that was the structure of it.
It'd be like a love and hip hop, but better than a love and hip hop. Not no fighting or nothing like that. But they're going to be hard because people love that type of drum.
They do.
So we're probably going to be bored after a while, because a lot of people so used to loving hip hop and basketball wise and all that, and they used to seeing people come at it. So now I'm probably gonna be a little bored, but it's gonna show some drama in that. Cause like when you trying to do stuff, it's always stuff to get in the way and you get frustrated and all that. So that right there, drama within itself. But why do I have to knock the crap out of somebody in order for it to be interesting? You know?
Well, maybe you could set a precedent for a reality show that shows healthy conflict resolution.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I mean, that's not a too far off the wall idea this day and age. I think we could all stand to get along a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drama comes from the external forces trying to ruin your dream,
Yeah.
not necessarily someone pulling your hair.
I want to feel that, the complication.
That's it. I think that needs to be shown more.
Yeah. That needs to be shown more than us cat fighting.
Yeah.
What's that gonna fall?
Exactly.
Jaytilya, thank you so much for being here today. If you want to check out her art, her work, her films, her books, her illustrations, it's all on JaytilyaMWatkins.com. You can email her at jmjmusic85@gmail.com. And I will also link you to all of that in the comments. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Coming all the way to Gulf Shore to talk to us.
I'm excited about it. Thank you.
And good luck at your signing. We'll definitely be watching.
I hope you show up.
Thanks.
You're welcome.